What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvice.com, bringing down the bacon, NBA DFS. Video for this Martin Luther King edition. 5-game slate, main slate, starts at 1 Central or 2 Eastern, so it's a little bit different today. So depending on when you watch this video, hopefully you've not already lost out on the main slate. But if you've never been here before, we do things a little bit differently. We're going to go through, and since we have at least 5 games on the slate, we're going to give you 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value picks at each position. We've already ran 10,000 simulations, so that is what we are basing these off of. Normally, I say check back about 3 p.m. for a main slate for the updated stuff, but since the slate's early, we're already going to have that updated throughout there. I probably will not have chalk plays out there. I've got to travel today. Pretty early in the morning, we'll not be back before lock, but we'll get everything else in there, try to answer questions for you in the Discord as well. So anytime, and if you've never been here before, anytime we have at least 50 likes on this video, you've left a comment on this video, and you are a subscriber, you have a chance to win a free week of FTA Plus. Now that is a week of every sport, so not just NBA. So that includes right now NBA, pretty much the last week of the NFL, the PGA, and the MMA. And then we've got NASCAR coming back in about a month, and then baseball in a couple of months. If this video gets at least 100 likes, you'll have a chance at a free month of FTA Plus. 150 likes, a chance at a free year. 200 or more likes on this video, a chance at a lifetime pass. And at the end of the video, we're going to build a DraftKings lineup, we're going to build a FanDuel lineup, and we're going to build a Yahoo lineup. And then at the very end, we are going to have the giveaway from yesterday's video. So be on the lookout for that. See if you are a winner. Again, the more people that come and comment, the more chances you have to win. I've had people say, oh, it's the same person winning over and over. That's because they are coming back every single day and leaving a comment. We only had 15 comments on yesterday's video, so you have a 1 in 15 chance. But if you don't comment, you obviously do not have a chance to win. So it's early. We have a few players that are questionable whether or not they're going to play. You know, we've got like a Steph Curry with questionable. We were all over Steph Curry yesterday, or 2 days ago. Played 34 minutes. He left with only a minute left, so he'll probably play. Trae Young got that questionable tag yet again, but he's probable. Played in that game, played 39 minutes, put up 58 fantasy points. Karl Anthony Towns is the one that I don't know if he'll play. We'll definitely see. There's a ton of players that are in that limbo whether or not they're going to play or not. So that being said, we are going to go over some plays at each position since we have 5 games on this main slate. So looking at the point guard position, Cade Cunningham's at the top for me. Got him about 49 to 52 fantasy points. Jalen Brunson, if you want to save a little bit of money, 28 DVP against Atlanta, 46 to 50 fantasy points. I love Jalen Brunson today. Probably would pay down for him at 8,900 than to pay up for Cade Cunningham, 10,300. Then we have Donovan Mitchell, about 42 to 45 fantasy point range. Mid-tier here, Dyson Daniels, 30 fantasy points. Dennis Schroeder, 28 to 30. Drew Holiday, 26. And then trying to dig down to find some value, you got a Mike Conley here at 3,900 at 23 fantasy points. Tyus Jones at 21. We've got, depending, you could look at Luke Kennard here, about 20 to 24 fantasy points as well. Trying to find some value when it's a 2 or 5 game slate sometimes is a little bit hard. So, Amen Thompson questionable, Bradley Beal questionable, DiVincenzo already ruled out. Like, we've got some in this position too. So, looking at the shooting guard, we got Devin Booker at 45 to 48 fantasy points, Anthony Edwards at 47 to 50 fantasy points. Jaylen Brown against Golden State would be a plus if Steph was out. This matchup, 22nd DVP, about 42 to 45 fantasy points himself. Mid-tier, you got Jalen Green against Detroit, 36 fantasy points. Derek White, 32. Michael Bridges, 32 to 35. 28 DVP against Atlanta, which I love. And then trying to find some value here. Depending on how far down we got to go, Karis LeVert, about 25 fantasy points. Peyton Pritchard, 25. Malik Beasley, 25 fantasy points as well. Small forward at the top, Jason Tatum. Again, we have not paid up for him the past handful of games. And it's pretty much come through for us. Because you're paying over $10,000, you need a minimum basically of $60 to feel comfortable in cashing since you're paying up that much. And he hasn't hit that in a while. It's been a few games since he's hit 60. It's been since the 2nd of January. So it's always definitely something to look at. I did forget to mention there will be a second giveaway. Somewhere in this video I'll say keyword or key phrase. Be on the lookout for it and type that in. We got Jason Tatum at 52 fantasy points. I'm probably not paying up for him there. Josh Hart, who is questionable, we got him at 40 fantasy points. Andrew Wiggins against Boston, 34 fantasy points there. Mid-tier picks here, not a ton. Jaden McDaniels is cheap. He's 4,500. Probably a huge value play. 23rd DVP against Memphis, 29 fantasy points. DeAndre Hunter against New York, 27 fantasy points. Grayson Allen, 24 fantasy points there. And trying to find some value, Oscar Thompson, we're looking at about 23. Buddy Hield, 22. Dean Wade, 21 to 24 fantasy point range. Now, again, a lot of these value picks, it will be very dependent if they're going to get the minutes. We need the minutes there. That is the key to find the value, to find some of the key plays would be kind of projecting the minutes. Now, NBA is a little bit easier to project minutes, but you never know. Someone could stub their toe, get poked in the eye, game over. So we look at power forward. Kevin Durant at the top against Cleveland, 30th DVP, so the best matchup for him, 46 to 50 fantasy points. So if I were to choose between him or Jason Tatum, I'm probably taking the $500 salary difference, getting the way better DVP, and going in that direction. Jaren Jackson Jr. about 42 to 45. Julius Randle about 39 to 42. Mid-tier, not a ton. Tobias Harris at 31. Naz Reid at 28. Tari Eason at 26 to 28. And then trying to find some sort of value. Santi Aldama against Minnesota, 26 DVP out of 30. About 24 fantasy points. We've got Georges Niang, if he gets in there, about 21 fantasy points. And Ryan Dunn, about 20 to 24 fantasy points. The Dunn thing, it'll just depend on how many minutes he gets. So Towns is questionable. He has not played since the 13th. So he's not played in a month or a week. So make sure he's in. I've got him early projections at 51 fantasy points. I'm scared, though. I don't know if he's going to play. Jarrett Allen at 41 fantasy points. Kristaps Porzingis at 38 fantasy points. Mid-tier for center. Trace Jackson Davis, 31 fantasy points. We used him the 2 days ago. You know, the minutes were there. The price-wise, he didn't hit value. Thought he'd hit a little bit more value. That's when we stacked Golden State. Excuse me. Jalen Duren, 31 fantasy points. Nick Richards, 28. And then trying to find some value here. Precious Achiuwa, 20 to 24. 27 DVP against Atlanta. You got Al Horford against Golden State. 22nd DVP, about 20 fantasy points. And then Zach Edey against Minnesota, 14th DVP, about 19 to 22. And there you have it. Those are just some of the projections. If you want to see all of the projections, all of the simulations, everything, you got to go check out fantasyteamadvice.com, NBA tab. We've got it under here for you there. So that being said, we are going to build you a DraftKings lineup. We've already built a FanDuel lineup and a Yahoo lineup. Now, this is early. These lineups can and will change because we have so many players that are very questionable whether or not they actually are going to get in those lineups for us, if we want to pay up, if we want to pay down, depending on the way you want to go about building your lineups. These lineups can and will change throughout the day, so I wanted to bring that to your attention. So I'm going to build, now when we build these lineups, these are tournament-only lineups. They are not cash lineups, and they are subject to change because there's a ton of moving players and movements here, especially when it's a Monday, but the slate locks early. That is always key. Now I'm paying down for Kevin Looney because that allows us to pay up at almost every other position, which is exactly what you want. So this is an early lineup, early looking at early projections, DVP, and everything we've already gone over. So from Darius Garland all the way down to Jared Allen. So pause the video so you guys can enter that lineup. Then we got the FanDuel lineup, kind of the same plays there. Anthony Edwards, Jade McDaniels, Michael Bridges, OG Anunoby. So pause the video there. You can see what we have entering that lineup. And then for some of you, not a ton of you play Yahoo, but some of you do. Love Jalen Brunson today. Paid up $40 for him. That's the biggest pay up there. And then you paid up for Jared Allen at 32. Michael Bridges at 30. And we paid down for Patrick Williams. Paid down for Drew Holiday, Karis LeVert, Ryan Dunn, and Peyton Pritchard. So that is our Yahoo lineup. And that is it. That is some of the value plays, the winning lineup strategy, hopefully to help you out. If you need a little bit more help, we do have a free Discord down below. We also have FTA Plus as well. So we only had 47 likes on yesterday's video. So we did not hit the 50 likes. We've not hit the 50 likes since the 16th. But we are back. We are bringing you home the bacon. So we're going to roll this. You have a 1 in 15 chance to see if you are a winner using the keyword. Now, it'll be dependent if you use the keyword. Sergeant Sane has won 2 days in a row. So there you go. Zaka 9. It was Sunday Fun Day, but I'm giving Sunday Monday because you put it there. But that is the closest thing. I've never seen this name before, so hopefully you are new to the channel. If you are, please email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. Let me know if you have a username on the website. If you do not, let me know a username, an email, and a password. We'll get you set up on there for a free week. We'll get it either today or set up for tomorrow, which will give you through next Monday or next Tuesday. You'll have access to NBA for the week. You'll have access to PGA this week if there's a tournament, which I believe there is. You'll have access to MMA this weekend I believe there's MMA. And you'll have access to our NFL Conference Championship, breaking down the two great matchups, Eagles, Commanders, and then the coveted Bills, Chiefs. There's no way the Chiefs don't win with the refs at home. We know this, but we're going to break it down for you. We're going to have a breakdown there. We're going to have lineups. We're going to have everything for you. Very excited. Get ready for the last NFL week of the year, which is crazy. But be on the lookout for the MLB, which we have a couple months away. But if you want to get a little prep on it, go check out how we broke it down every single day of the season. Good luck today, and as always, bring home some bacon. Peace.